So today we're going to be working on how to make a muscle suit. Now, whilst me and Matt are both currently doing gym work to actually get fitter and a little bit more lean to get our Spider-Man costumes at the end of the year, we decided for Mysterio we can bulk up a little bit, but in more of a manner akin to the current Marvel films where everybody gets a muscle suit. So this is basically going to be something we're going to wear underneath the main costume to kind of give a little bit more definition. As I said, we're kind of basing it more on the 90s one, and in the 90s everybody had massive muscles. Well, cartoons, comic books and action figure wise anyway. Now normally I make most of my own templates. I kind of do it by eye for people that ask, oh, do you have your templates, do you put them online? I don't, because it's literally just scrap bits of paper I just kind of mess around with. But for this one I'm actually using a template somebody's already done. So I've printed off this template from Creative Costuming. They've made it available free online. And I've already gone and cut out all the pieces from the print off sheets. There's about 13 sheets and everything is scaled so it works on an A4 printer, so you don't worry about having to rescale anything, so you can literally just print it off and cut it out. So this is what we're going to be transferring those templates onto. This is 1/2 inch upholstery foam, so you can see it's just a really nice soft foam. You can buy this stuff easily enough online. You can get it in furniture places, anywhere that maybe does like furniture repairs. They'll have some stuff like this in. So you don't really want to go any bigger than 1/2 inch, because then you've got to start cutting around and shaping the muscles as you go, and we kind of just want this to be a little bit more subtler, just basically giving us a bit more definition than we could probably ever get by going to the gym. Right, everything has been drawn out, so this is just going to be 1/2 of our muscle suit. As I said, once we've cut all these out, laid them out, we need to get the templates again and flip them and draw them all out, cut them all out again, and then we will have all of our muscles done. Alright, so here are all the muscle parts cut out. We've got all the arms, chest, legs, and the ones at top there are for the back. Now there's a couple that were in 2 halves, like the thigh pieces and the lower back. So I've got to glue those together first, and then work on gluing it to our undersuit. So this is the undersuit we're going to be sticking the muscles onto. So this is a 2-piece compression wear that you can get for gym. Actually, this is something we're also going to be using for the Spider-Man costumes, because you have to have compression gear underneath your Spidey suit as well. So we're going to do it in 2 halves rather than having a full bodysuit for the muscle one, just to make it a little bit easier if you happen to need a toilet break in the costume, because this costume isn't going to be the quickest thing to get off. So just having that means it'll just be a little bit easier. You don't have to completely strip to go to the toilet, basically. And also, if you're wondering, did you just buy this particular brand because it had the same font as the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films? You're goddamn right, I did. But we have done a test fit of them and they fit really nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure I get this the right way round and put it up on my tailor's dummy. Okay, so this didn't fit on the tailor's dummy, didn't fit on my other mannequin, so I've just put it on. As you can see, I've just eaten dinner. So there's a little bit of food baby going on here, but that's okay because we're about to add abs. So that's fine. What we've got here is some spray adhesive. This stuff is just like super strong, heavy duty spray adhesive. There's a couple of tutorials that recommend sewing 2 suits together to make the muscle suit, but I'm thinking we're doing this the easier way, and we're just gonna spray and stick. So kind of at the slightly awkward angle here so you can sort of see what's going on. I got a mirror set up, so hopefully I can get everything kind of even. Also, quite like to point out, do this in a well-ventilated area. This glue doesn't stink as bad as some other ones that I've used, but it still stinks. Okay, so that's our chest area. So we got pecs, we got abs, and we got ribs. Now, before I move on to the other sections, I'm actually going to start covering these ones. But you can't just leave it like this because of the foam. I mean, it's not like it's rough, but with the nature of it, it will catch on any material that you're trying to put over it. So you want there to be sort of a nice smooth surface over the top, and also one to hold in all the muscles and give a more natural definition rather than having the straight edges. So I wasn't entirely sure what colour on the suit I was getting, so I just got a random colour off of eBay. Ended up getting pink. So this is just sort of like a spandex material. So we're just gonna cut a little bit off, and then I'm just gonna sort of spray and stick and cut around it. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to make sure I spray all in the cracks. This will be easier if it was on a mannequin or somebody else. And try not to let any of this stick to itself. And obviously, if you're doing this method, don't spray yourself in the face. Please, I don't need any lawsuits. So despite my grand plan to use a really strong adhesive to get it to stick, to minimise sewing time, it's not going to fully stick. So I've got to sew it anyway. But with the fabric stuck on, I don't have to worry about sewing pockets. I've literally just got to go through all the edges, and it shouldn't take that long to do. And here we go. This is the first part of the muscle suit done. That doesn't actually look too bad. Right, yeah, so this is going to take longer than anticipated because you're going to have to sew bits in just to make sure they stay in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on the back. Now I don't have to worry about the mannequin's chest getting in the way for the back. So for that I don't have to wear this. I can just spray it on my tailor's dummy. It's just the arms that are going to be the trickier thing to do. So we've got most of the muscle suit on now. Obviously the chest was done yesterday. We've got the back. Both of the legs are done now. Back and chest easy enough to glue and sew. Legs were a little bit harder to sew, and with the tightness of the arms they are not possible to sew. But if you've got glue that's strong enough that it holds it just straight on, that's fine. But what I'm doing to actually fix this problem is, instead of doing the stick the foam down, cover it with the fabric and then stitch it, is for the shoulders, which you can see is just duct taped in position at the moment, and for the biceps, actually just covering the foam pieces with the fabric, sewing around the edges, sewing in the little gaps, and then that will just be stuck onto the suit just using some hot glue. But obviously being very careful, because I'm not working on a mannequin, I'm working on myself, so I'm just tacking it on when the hot glue is not very warm. So I do not suggest that you do this at home. If you're going to do it on a mannequin, or use a different type of glue. I'm just doing it because I'm under pressure of time, and I don't mind if I give myself the odd burn. It'll be fine. So once these are tacked into position, I can then take the shirt off, probably glue it all together, and then this muscle suit will be done. so this is the muscle suit with the base suit from Mysterio on. Obviously this suit is unmodified, literally just come in the post today. The muscles are a bit more pronounced than I would like. They're quite square around the edges, especially you can see it on the legs. So what I would recommend is, what I thought I could get away with doing on this suit is definitely cut the edges off and just round the edges of the upholstery foam off a lot more, and that should eliminate that problem. But once the suit mods are on, and I probably actually won't be wearing the legs on the day just because my legs are quite large anyway, so I don't really need any extra padding on it. The torso should work pretty well for Mysterio, but there's just a way of showing you how to do a quick muscle suit. So if you're on a budget and you need one lickety split, you could do this within a day or so. So this is part 2 of Mysterio now complete. Going to be working on the bodysuit, working on the armor detailing, the cape, the dome. All the really fun bit is still to come, so stick around, see what we get up to in the next installment of the Mysterio build. As always, big thank you has to go out to my supporters on Patreon, especially to Jeff Kenny. If you want to support me on there, links as always down in the description of the video and at the end. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. I can't say may the force be with you because this is a Marvel video. I've got to think of a different sign off. Stick with bye for now.